Also, we have everything set up. Welcome to the class. Welcome, Natasha. So today, it's interesting, like last week we dedicated to letting go some pain and grief and sadness and sorrow. So there was a lot for me to process. I did 3 drawings in 1 week about very dear people in my life. And there is so much space now. There is so much light and love. So I want to work today on guardian angels. So I want to invite in your life, not invite, I believe there is some energies around us that protecting us constantly. We don't recognize them, we don't feel them most of the time, and it feels like we are always alone in our challenges and our sufferings. But today I invite you to look who is protecting us. If there is any religious restrictions for you that you don't believe in angels, look at it as a guarding energy, because we always live in an energy flow, good, bad, low, high vibrations. We are by vibration, and we are surrounded by all these vibrations. So if you don't want to work with entities, angels as entity, you may invite in your on your drawing some pure energies that will provide the same effect, the same protection, the same support, the same guidance. So this so I don't want any restrictions, like religious restrictions. So I still want you to feel this energy, to feel this presence and connection to something greater, that you are not alone on your journey, life journey, that there is always somebody is looking after you. So I will switch my camera and we will start drawing right away, unless you have any questions. Okay, so no questions right now. You're welcome to type them in chat or just unmute yourself and ask directly. I love questions. I'm usually the one who is asking all the questions in the group, so well, questions are always welcome. So today we want to work with angels, guardian angels, and I invite you to do like 2 minutes exercise to see what this protection, what this energy you need for. What do you want to be like? Do you need protection? Do you need guidance? Do you need healing? Do you need connections? Do you need be in a relationship? What do you need like what do you want to ask to help you with right now? So I will set up 2 minutes and we will do brainstorming 2 minutes about what kind of help you are looking for right now. Okay, so it will be not a timer, it will be stopwatch, because I figured out that my phone doesn't black out if I do stopwatch. Okay, 2 minutes. What kind of help you need? Any language.
We should write down this?
Yes, write down the list of words that, wait. We write down the list of words that is coming to your mind, like any associations related to the topic help. What kind of help right now you need from this higher energies? So words can be repeated. nobody is going to read those words, so it's list for you. So if any words that doesn't make any sense, you write them down as well. Okay, so let me reset and we'll just do one more time. Okay. Okay, we have about 50 seconds left. Okay, and it's 2 minutes up. So take a look at your list of words. See if there is anything unusual, something that maybe you did not expect to see on your list. Or maybe everything makes sense and everything is as it should be. For me, for example, I was not expected that I need so much help to feel joy. I have the word joy quite several times, like, and it's interesting for me. That's it seems like there is no challenges to do it, but it's for some reason it's I need help with this feeling. It's not much about protection or there is, but yeah, but to hold grounding for me. So interesting. So how many words did you have? Count your words. 1, 2, 3.
Anna,
Yes.
I just joined. What were the words for?
So the words are like, the topic today is guardian angels.
Okay.
And the words were like 2 minutes exercise to see what kind of help do you need, what for you need their help.
Okay. Thank you.
So good luck. And any unusual words for you girls?
No, but do you count if the words are repeated? Do you still count them?
Yes. Yeah, you repeat every time that you count every time it's repeated. Sometimes, like I had my personal exercises, such, and one word was repeated like 15 times, or maybe even more, until like I got the message. So I have 26 words.
I have 16. Does it really matter the number? Does it show something?
If it would be like 5, it would I would pay attention to it, because it means that like you are not asking for help. You're very reserved and prefer to be on your own. it's one of the interpretations.
Mhm.
But 16 is a good number. 15 is a good number too. So it's again, if it's a less number, like much small number, it means that how you expect the universe helping you if you don't know what kind of help you need. So,
and in this case, in this case, when it's like only 5 words, the person shouldn't draw.
No.
This theme.
Like it's just awakening, like your associations related to the topic. It does not stop you drawing. It means just learn something new about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So there is not much help, maybe because you don't ask much help.
Mm-hmm.
So this
Okay.
is just the message. It doesn't really concrete, and it could be different message. It could be the topic is very painful for you that you are not comfortable to ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
So,
All right.
and it's definitely keep drawing, especially
Okay.
when you have such a few, like 15, 16 words. It's a perfect number to start.
All right.
Okay, so
thank you.
Thank you for the question. So next step, we draw, as always, we draw ourselves. Like, because whenever we do Neurographica, we're working with ourselves. So where on this beautiful piece of paper you are, how big you are. So draw, yourself. Well, I'm quite big. So look at you, look at your size. Is it comfortable? Is it satisfying for you? Or you want to make it bigger, or you want it to make it more round? Like, imperfections are perfectly fine. And it's actually confirms that you are alive and you are beautiful as you are. And next, I invite you to draw an angel. Like, look how I am going to do. See if yours will be different. The angel for me is something enormously big. It's such a resource and support that is really goes much beyond of myself. It's like huge circle that goes beyond. And there is some, like, let's say, like, this is the head of this beautiful angel. So this is almost like wings hugging me. I'm just like so small compared to this. So see if yours is different. You can just draw an angel as a circle. See how yours is going to be.
And ourselves, we also draw as a circle.
Yeah, like, do you want to do different shape?
No, I have not. No, I'm just asking the directions.
So yes, usually we draw ourselves as a circle, because circle gives us the best potential, the best, the most harmonious representation of us.
Mm-hmm.
And when we work with angels, it's not just our ego is talking to angels, but it's our soul to soul, basically communicating. I feel like there is no much focus on my drawing. Let's see if it helps. Yeah, now it helps. So I see how big is your angel, how far it is. Is it distant from you, or is it very close to you? So see how it's really communicate, like not communicating. How is it position of angel and yourself? So again, the angel is not per se should look like an angel. It's just energy. And sometimes maybe you feel that you have several such energies, such angels around you. See if you want have more of them. And I'm actually like, I'm going to use this opportunity to have several. Oh, that's going to be interesting drawing for me. Something unusual. So I will surround myself with guardian angels. Again, it's my perception. It's maybe true, maybe not, but it's my belief system. It's my opportunity to believe in those energies and feel them and feel connected to them. So it feels like now like an eye. Okay, so those are 4 angels for me. You may surround yourself with one hugging angel or with as many as you want. So see, what do you want? And another thing that I invite you to do now, to receive any help from such energies, we have to ask for help. We have to actively participate in this action, like in the receiving of energies. And from my heart, I start asking for help. Please help me. And it goes beyond the angels, because angels are just messengers. They just helpers, but the energy is coming, really decisions coming from above. So I'm asking them for help in my protection. I'm asking them to help me to manage my time better. I ask them for guidance in my, let's say, business. I ask them for helping me to experience joy fully, because for some reason it's on my list that I need help with this. I ask the help for more grounding, for really be able to hold the flow. I ask them for wisdom, for teaching, for knowledge. And lines can go across this beautiful hat, so you don't really try to protect anything. So you ask as much help, like you may ask, like I ask for healing, and maybe for ability to heal, and for ability to recognize when the healing is already in the process. So you start asking for all this help that you need. Like you need to ask to receive anything. No, nobody is going to force goodness to you unless you're ready to receive it. So you have to tell them, like, I take responsibility for help that you are ready to provide. I take responsibility to receive it, to digest it, to process it, and be grateful for it. So now you asked, and see who is willing, like you can attune with them, like you can touch them, like see who is willing to give this help to you, who is willing to send the support, protection, guidance. And again, the energy is coming from above them, like they just provide this, like they are manifested in your life. So they start giving this energy to you. And the energy can go across you and go beyond. So it's not necessarily should stuck with you. This is a, life is a process. Everything and help is a process. So you receive it in the moment, you use it, and you channel it to somebody else. So this is a opportunity for you not just ask help for yourself, but be a channel this energy, beautiful energy, to the earth, to for other people. And I receive. And again, neural lines can go all the way, they can cross each other. So there is no restrictions. Like the neurolines really can go any direction. So try to explore, where does it go? What does it want to share? What does it want to express? And you just start drawing and see how do you feel? Like usually there is a difference between when you ask, like there is one emotion, there is some physical reactions in your body, there is some um, um, thoughts in your mind, like should I ask this and should I ask this? Be generous to yourself, ask whatever you wanted. I actually ask for, hey, and I receive an answer right away. And see, like maybe the help is just a message, maybe just a feeling, maybe just that experiences emotion right now, right here. So if you ask for love, see if you can experience this emotion right now and expand it in your body. So keep receiving help as much as you want. Like there's a lot of help I ask. Like I'm busy. I keep busy my guardian angels for sure. That's why I drew 4 of them. So be generous to yourself. Like there is no limitation there. I wanted to tell you the story. It's really a funny story. When I used to work as a tax advisor, and it was interesting. I was praying and praying, and asking, like, send me a message. Can you do this to confirm that I have some knowledge, or like I constantly was asking stupid confirmations from the sky, which right now I feel like they are silly, but at that moment they felt like very important for me. And one day I had a client visiting for tax purposes, and he came with a beautiful boy, like 6 years old, 5, 6 years old. I remember that boy forever. So, and he was looking at me like very focused on me, and suddenly he asked, like, do you have scissors? And I'm like, yes, of course I have them. Like, I'm accountant. Of course I have scissors in my drawer. And he was looking at me like, isn't it a good question? Like, it was for me like very funny. Like, I always ask guys, like, do you have scissors? And I believe that I ask good, very important questions, all these confirmations. Of course they have enormous possibilities and opportunities. So you stop asking and try to experience them. Like, ask what you really need, so ask what you really want, see what you really want. Will be completely different experience. And I start rounding because I feel like I have enough already lines on my drawing. So if you need more, you can keep drawing lines, and we start rounding them and integrate all this energies, all the support and all the help. Because help, we can recognize help as a challenges, but later we may be amazed, how is it really worked out the best option for myself? Like, how is it really was the only option that really supported me at that moment, the best solution. And we are blind at the moment, but and it could be painful and challenging, but it gives you the opportunity to grow as a soul, to grow as a person, to grow as a I don't know, as a society member as well. So try to see all this help as a help, not just as a challenges that we involved ourselves, because it's at this moment when I have so much to round, it feels like, oh my gosh, I have to work so much. Where will be the break? It's okay. So I start rounding, I start integrating, creating this, my relationship with this help. I'm actively accepting help. I actively, not just asking, but accepting. So that's why when we, as a healer, when we see people suffering and we need to ask a permission, can I help you? You cannot just go and heal everybody, because accepting help, accepting healing is a process, and it's an active participation. Teaching is an active participation. You can tell whatever you want to people, like you can send them, like you can give them or keys to all answers or to the universe, and if they don't accept them, if they don't integrate them in their knowledge, this will be just a waste of energy, it's just a waste of help, and nobody really will be growing from this relationship, from this process. So be active participant of your help, of your accepting help, from your own healing. So we are not, again, I keep repeating, we are not victims of the what is going on in our lives. We are creators of this beautiful process. And we are creators, and we are part of our creation. So we create ourselves and what is around us. So let's be happy about it.
Anna,
Yes.
you just told about we have to ask permission if we can help. Does it really mean with action, or even when we talk, like when we give advice?
Or advices are like, be very careful with advice.
Not advice, but not advice, just point of view, like if the person sees everything in darkness, and you have a view that if you see everything in darkness, it will happen the dark. But if you invite something good in your life, you will finally get this good in your life.
So
I mean, when you share your opinion with somebody, should we ask about permission with opinion, not help?
So opinion is a little bit different than advice.
Okay.
Opinion, you don't have any expectations that person agree with you, or like it's just an expression of what you believe in. When you give advice, you give something. And you expect gratitude, or you expect some reactions. So it's a little bit, it's my perception, of course, but it feels like there is a different attitude when you give opinion, your own opinion, because you have all rights to not agree with what the person expressing, and you don't really have to be in this experiences, involved in those experiences. But when advice, so opinions are different. Like, see what kind of attitude you giving. Like, if you expect that person will follow your opinion, it's not opinion anymore.
Hmm.
So
So what then means to ask for if we can help? This means only physical?
no, the energetical, like, so if you want to express your opinion, you can do it, but don't expect anything back from the person, because you're
Or
expressing the opinion for your sake, not for the person. But if you want to give any advice, first of all, be very careful about
okay.
advices, because there is some responsibility for these advices.
All
And
right.
secondly, ask, like, do you want an advice? Do you
Oh,
want to
okay.
hear? I can give you, but
Okay.
so
Good to
when
know.
this is this is a, for me, it's, there is a difference between, and we have especially in Russian culture, like we uh, everybody wants to give advices, and it's
Yeah.
nobody really asking anybody's permission, like we're forcing. And you're like, all these advices are so great and so general that you, and everybody hates them. So be very
Because I
careful.
think in our culture, when we grow up like adults, they always, I mean, at least in my childhood, I always heard that you don't know nothing. I know everything, and you should follow what I say because I have experience, and you just know. And this somehow we learn to interfere in somebody's life without asking permissions.
And I don't know if it's cultural, or maybe it's in general. Maybe as I see, like most of this different cultures have the same issue. When you think that you are more experienced to give advices, and it's there is a again, there is a difference between advice and opinion, because I was like so many times blamed that I never ask that I never ask advices, and I very rarely I ask for an advice. I sometimes ask for opinion, but opinion does not require, like, at least for me, it does not require that I will follow this opinion, that I will follow this. Um, that I will use it and do the same way. So
Mm-hmm. And in my cases, if I have lines that are pretty close to each other, should I round them? But if they do not intersect, like I see in yours as well, like
so if they really close, almost merging.
almost, but they do not cross each other.
So if you, it's, see if it feels comfortable for
Oh,
you
okay.
to it's
Mm-hmm.
really trust your uh, trust your opinion about it. I will be very careful with any advices now, because I spoke about it so clear and loud. Okay,
Thank you. Thank you.
thanks. So pay attention. How's your body? Is any reactions in your body? Any reactions in your emotional states? How do you, like, when we start calm ourselves down with all the surroundings, with all this integration, when we see so much help available for us, we don't really maybe not understand how this help is coming, what is the help, how to recognize this help, but we still see the availability. Wait, something is making noise. Okay, so wait. Somebody tried to reach me, like. So keep rounding, keep exploring, and see, maybe at some point you decide to make yourself bigger. If it's really desire of yours. So if there is an opportunity for you to grow in this available energies, so we keep drawing, we keep experiencing and observing the way you're breathing, the way you thinking. Maybe like when we express so much wishes and when we express so much support, maybe it's become very clear for you what is the priority right now for you. So there is a beautiful story how the person is asking, like after passed away, like he asking like the guardian angel, like, have you been always with me? He's like, yes, look at all those footprints that following your life path. And the human looked and said like, look, some areas like you don't have two footprints, so you are not next to me. It's like, no, at that moment I was carrying you in my arms. So you don't, it's not my footprints missing, it's yours missing. So we always have this available support. Of course, there are some lessons that we have to go through, but how we can recognize help to integrate this knowledge in our soul. So this is where the support is coming. If you don't integrate the knowledge, the lessons, painful lessons, will be repeated. And this is what makes, maybe not, doesn't make much sense, but this is what is needed for you as a soul to grow. So we keep learning, constantly learning. You need to experience sometimes discomfort. The support doesn't mean that you always have to be comfortable, that you always have to be fun and joyful, but how you can keep going, keep moving forward in any challenging situation. So the situations are always different and how you can feel supported in all of them. So this is what the guardian angels are doing, like supporting us to move forward. So we moving forward with our, and now we're receiving all these opportunities to see the purposes in our lives, to see this available help, and how little we ask for help. Like this is really like, I'm horrible at asking for help. I will be the last one who asks for help. This is like, I'm teaching all people that we need to ask help, and I'm like the worst. I will be the last on the list. So, okay. And I'm even like right now, I'm thinking like what kind of help I would ask. I'm like right now, I'm talking not just to people who are present in our class, but maybe even hundreds of people will see this video, like, and I can ask for help, and it makes like, and I even know that there is so much I need help, and it's difficult, it's challenging. Asking for help is challenging. Asking for help, it means that you have to let go your ego, and that you are not the strongest person, that you are not deal with everything by yourself. So you may it's interesting. I did not expect so much emotions. Of course, I expected that will be fun and joyful drawing, but so much shows up.
And have you met person who always easy asking for help?
I've seen many people who are asking easily for help, but most of the cases they're not accepting the help.
And
So you can ask.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
So you can ask for help. It doesn't, and I can like really, I can say, oh yes, I need my help with a business and everything. But will you allow this person to provide the help the way they want to provide? Not the way you want it. You want to control all help that you will receive. So there is when you ask for help and when you're ready to accept the help, you should be ready that the help may look differently from your expectations. So can you, so I've seen many people who are asking like constantly for help, but they not really accepting the help I'm ready to provide. Maybe my help will be advice, or maybe my help will be wash your dishes, or maybe my help will be stay away from you and don't interact with the experiences that you are going through. This could be help as well. I have several friends who are asking constantly for help, but they have precisely detailed instructions how this help should look. And this is not about asking for help. It's not asking for like desperate need of help. Like if you really think it, was thinking so much about what kind of help you need, what is really stopping you from just doing it? You know everything already. You just don't like to do some steps, and you try to encourage other people to do it for you, or is it just controlling issues, like which is in most cases? So it's interesting.
I do remember I read some long time ago the difference between women and men. That, like, for example, if we are in a store, so women easily can, if they can find something, they can easily go and ask for help. But for men, they never. And I really saw it in our life when we went to Home Depot and we couldn't find something to repair our sink. We need something. So, and my husband was constantly looking. I was like, oh, I'm done. I just looked. I took the. I was searching in internet. What do we need? I went to the guy. I said, I don't know how this called. Just, do you have this one? And he just showed me, And I just realized that, is it really true that men and women sometimes they different in life?
I don't know. I think it's not necessarily related to the
gender,
because my husband, when he cannot find anything, he will ask, and it's actually it's interesting point that this selfie sticks, like which helps you to make pictures of yours, is a good representation of the fact that we stop asking for help. It really doesn't take much effort to people who are crossing next to you take a picture of you on the cell phone, on the camera. And we used to do it constantly. Like when we traveled, like there's always random people who take a picture of you. And sometimes you become friends with them. It's opportunity to reach to other people for help and be grateful for the help. And now we all like selfish with all the selfie sticks, and nobody need it anymore, even for memory. So this is another confirmation how we really try to be independent and disconnected at the same time, because when you're asking for help, you have to be connected with a person. You have to be connected with on different levels, physical, emotional, and depend. At some point, like the help is really about letting go your independence and accept and be grateful and be not necessary have any owning anything to people, like for the help. You don't really have to pay, but how you can be just holding the space like of gratitude. This is a very interesting different perception. And I know that right now, like in US especially, when we have all this capitalistic society, the freebies are questionable. Like nobody really take help for free. Like everybody wants to, like nobody wants to owe anything. So it's because help, I don't know. I don't know even what this thinking was like really leading me. So
I had a friend who was asking for help for quite a while, and all the advice I would give her, and then next thing you know, next time I'd see her, she'd be saying the same thing, and we're on a little loop, we're on a treadmill. I'm like, what's happening here? And eventually, just a week or two ago, she finally got it. It finally clicked in for her, but she had to hear it from, she had to trust herself enough to be able to hear it basically from herself.
mm-hmm.
She had to hear it that way in order for it to sink in. It was really interesting. We're talking like a year and a half later.
It's a process. Everything is a process. And the best help that we can give to each other is actually be present. Don't try to change another person, but how you can change yourself and like find the peace and support for yourself in this matter, and just be present for them. Listen, like give advices when it's needed without expectations really that it will be followed, this advice. Like it's a free will for everybody. And it's really like the best advice when person is coming with his own, like, and suddenly, like, yeah, you can repeat the same advice like over and over for sometimes years. And suddenly they say like, I just realized that I had to do such and such. And like, okay, I'm happy for you. This is what you were talking about, like for many, many years. But it's still big. The help is coming from them, from inside of them. Like this is a very important to give this opportunity for them to discover this guidance. And different people really express their help differently. and I'm just looking at, for example, like on our relationship with my husband, and my husband is giving advice. He's not giving advice, but he is, when I need help, he tries to teach me how to do something. And I usually, when I ask for help, I'm in such a desperate need that it needs to be done right now, right here, without much education process. So if he starts again, educate me, so next time I can do it on my own, it's usually not a good start. He learned his lessons. So now if I ask for help, he is just doing the help, and it's I'm very grateful for any help he provides. But it's just a different, like how I can make sure that next time you don't, if I will not be next to you and you will have the same problem and all this blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, so if there will be another time, I will find somebody who can help me or try to avoid this problem. So I'm very I'm very horrible at accepting help. So that's why I need this exercise so much. Yeah. Okay, so I'm accepting. I'm like really, with every corner I round, I learn how to accept help, how to dedicate chores to somebody else. And it's interesting how we really train our kids for helping us. And at some point, the help is really like an educational process. If you give a little child to clean after some mess, it's usually end up with a bigger mess. But how you allow them to experience this process to help. It requires patience to and dedication. Like it's an educational process. So okay, I'm so happy. I'm rounding the grounding right now. So there is a, maybe I need even more grounding. I need more grounding. I will give more grounding to myself. Pay attention how your body reacts, if there is any sensations, and sensations could be like thirst, temperature change, maybe some itching, some energy movement in your body, maybe some tension or relaxation. Drink your water, because we're working with very high energies. And try, like when we rounding all these corners, try to absorb them, like really suck them in, all this help that is available for you, that you are not just asked for help, but you are accepting it, that it's not just available, it's available, and you use it, you own it, you possess it. So all this help, like it's your opportunity to, like, how you life would be easier if this help would be provided, or how it would be life easier if you recognize that everything that is happening to you is a gesture of help. It's sometimes it's really very helpful, because that everybody is trying to help you. that everybody is available, everything. And you may notice that in those lines, some circles may start appear. Those circles may represent situations or people or knowledge or insights that can be messages that can be helpful for you. So I start receiving all these circles around. So see if you find in curves any circles, any shapes that will be helpful for you. Because messages can come from nowhere. Like you hear a song or you see a trademark that will answer your questions and prayers, and some article in a newspaper. So all this unexpected messages may come to your way, and people start showing up and offering help and offering support in the way they can provide it. It's not necessarily the way you want, but maybe it's the way you need. So there is a difference between what you want, how you expect it to be, and what you really need. And this is an opportunity to see this everything is help, and how much help I have already, how much help I provide to other people.
And do you think that sociable person easily ask for helps than those that an introvert person?
Not necessary. I'm quite social people, and I'm comfortable with asking for help.
All right.
And I know that it's in general.
So there is no connection between this.
I don't see any connection.
I think it depends on if someone was supported when they were younger. Because if you have been supported, then you have an easier time letting people support you. But if you haven't been supported in your earlier life, like I wasn't.
Yes.
I'm like as close as it can come almost to a child being born and just letting it run free. I didn't have really any support for the most part. Or I mean, I had some, but very little. And so I had a hard time. I've only recently gotten to where I can easily ask for help.
Yes, I completely agree with you, Kenya, that this is a really educational process to ask for help. Not just like how to provide help, but how to ask for help. This is a trained muscle. And I'm the same. All my life I was relying. I had very good parents and good family, so there is no judgment in this case, and it doesn't really depends necessarily on the family, but it's a personality as well. Somehow you rely on yourself or you're not, because even when I was like really very little child, really very little, I did not even expect any help. I did not even have a slight possibility that like, why should I ask? And it does not really tells you that you are not helping others. So it's again, it's maybe issue with, not issue, but it's maybe a representation of a strong ego, that you feel the strength and you know how to use it, and it's very hard to allow it to go. And I have quite a strong ego. There's no questions about it. And I still be able, like, I still love to help other people. I'm like, will be the last one who ask for help, but I will be the first who offer help. Even when it could be like overwhelming for me, I still be able to squeeze something else, take care of somebody else. This is, yeah. I'm like, today for some reason, I'm like, I get lost in my thoughts. I'm like, I start sentence and I don't follow it till the very end. Something is going on. Okay, so I need clarity, like give me clarity. So this will be my clarity here. I'm coming there.
So Anna, did you understand right that if the person relies on himself, they won't ask for help?
Yes, mostly, in most cases, yes.
So from other hand, if the person easily asks for help, does it mean that he's not trust to himself, or he's weak in his opinion?
It's a good question. Honestly, I don't know, because I've never been on that side.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been such person who easily asks help. Maybe it's not weakness. For me, ask for help, it requires a lot of strength. It requires a lot of trust. And
for example, I know a child who easily asks for help, and his parents like trying to teach him other way, like maybe you should go beyond, maybe you should try it before you asking help, you know. So I'm trying to, now when we have this discussion, I'm trying to understand which would be is it the right way what they're doing or not.
So with children, it's a little bit different. Children, I would, this again, it could be speculation. So be like divided my words by my children. Okay. Usually asking for attention. And in most cases, help represent attention. So there could be different message when they ask for help.
It does not really
not in
related
that case?
to the, it doesn't really related to the parents. Sometimes, like for example, when the child is at some summer camp and he always wanted the teacher help him, you know. But mostly kids, they just doing on their own. So I'm just curious about the situation.
There is always a very specific help that children asking for. It's not like if they, if you ask and pay attention, what really they asking for, like what kind of help? Is it like something to do, or is it something to explain? So it could be difference in. So with children, it's a little bit different. So, but I agree that yes, it depends on like how you behaved in the childhood will be represented, how you really express this, what you are going to be in the future in adult life. So the question about the child, if the child accept the help that teacher and adults provide to him, like, is he grateful for this help, or just take it as
Yes,
it
he is
should be?
grateful, and he's getting mad when he wasn't provided this help. What
Okay.
I saw, and I was like, oh well, there's a lot. It was a summer camp, so uh, it's not a school when they know the child for a long time, but summer camp they just meet person like first time, and they see them for a week and then they gone, and so I was like, oh.
And it's very hard to like really give any evaluations and any like really good opinion, even not even advice but opinion, because there's so many different situations, and with children it's such a challenging topic, because children, they always a reflection of something, like they always representing something very intuitively. And sometimes children represent opposition, what people, what adults, what parents don't do ever do. Children really tried to break the pattern, and they start, like, if adults never ask for help, they desperately needed professional help or help of friends or anybody else, and children may be just a reflection that children will go and ask for help even when they don't need it much, and it's could be an option as well. So, but yeah, so with children, I don't know how is it like how to really give anything valuable right now about situations like this. So I'm usually working with challenging children, so not challenging, but with children with quite dramatic stories, and it's I found that I already a little bit some points are shifted in my perception that for me normal are different normals, different realities. So I don't everything is normal for me now. So, which is could be a good thing. There is no judgment. Like we have the whole morning, somebody is like making noise on the background. Good people. Okay.
Anna,
Uh-huh.
I had quite the magical walk the other day. So, I set intention before I leave for a magical walk.
Uh-huh.
About 2.5 miles in, I come across a live band playing in the driveway.
Really? Wow,
And,
it's a quite an adventure.
right? Yeah, and they were like a proper band. There were people dancing in the streets, and it was just beautiful. And it turned out that one of the women that was dancing, she got up and sang, and she was an international singer. And
Wow.
then the drummer played for Prince and Santana.
It's quite a magical walk for you.
I tell you what.
Yeah. Next time invite me. We will walk together. So
I think my friends always want to be invited on my walks now.
yeah, that's yeah, like it's a really how you set up intention and how this universe is very generous, and it's very interesting how it's work out. And if you would be just like on rush before you going anywhere, you would just like, oh, bend, crossing, keep walking. It's nothing special. Yeah. Okay, so I rounded all this beautiful wisdom, clarity. This was a clarity that I was asking for to finish my sentences today. Okay, so happy Independence Day to everyone who celebrated it. I was
Thank you.
I was right. I was leading class, and there was so much fireworks around. There was always like boom, boom. Like it felt like cannons were shooting, and I'm like from a war zone. I didn't, for some reason, this summer I did not expect fireworks. Like I don't know why, but there was a celebration, and it's quite big one. So I'm glad that we had it. And we had at the same time in Seattle area, we had at the same time lunar eclipse. So it was a very interesting. Dark nights. Did you have a chance to see fireworks?
No, I haven't. We just heard here that it was now somewhere in neighborhood, but we didn't went out.
I walked out into the neighborhood to see the moon, and about every third street was setting off fireworks out in the street. So yeah, I got to see that.
Yeah, even it's prohibited to still be so much firework was in neighborhood.
Yeah, we had lots of rogue fireworks to the great distress of our dog. Our vet given us some CBD oil, and that failed her, and she was in convulsions and eyes rolled back and heaving. And I finally found this godsend. It's called relaxyourdog.com, believe it or not. It has music. And I turned on the music. I put it on our stereo system on the speaker. And sure enough, these vibrations, this music, not only did the dog unfurl and calm down and start breathing more steadily, but within about 2 minutes, I heard my husband go. So it works on both 5 heads and 4 paws. It was amazing.
Okay, so it works not just for dogs. Okay, so how does it, the name of the site, is it Calm Your Dog?
It's called relaxyourdog.com.
Relaxyourdog.com. Okay, so some promotions, relax your dog and your husband's.com.
It seems to work like a charm.
Nice. It's funny. Yes, fireworks really, from the distance they sound not as colorful as they look. Okay, I'm almost there. I'm almost finished rounding. So see how's your body reacts, how's your what emotional reactions to like when we start, when we almost round it. I know that I'm usually round very fast, but we are in the process. So how is your reactions changing? Do you still have some tension? Do you still have some challenges? Pay attention how you start breathing. So okay. I wanted to bribe a little bit. We started this class, basic user course, and we have such an international group, like people all around the world, from Australia, from Europe, from US, different states. It's really a blessing to see all these people. So if you want to be part of international group, join our course. It's really interesting. Okay. And join our Facebook group as well. So we have a beautiful community, very active drawers. Most of them are addicted to Neurographica. And right now we're doing this 21 days marathon. We're already halfway through. But you can join us, still be able to join us and just continue drawing even after we finish. It's okay. Okay, my last corners here. So next step, see if you want to add any events, any people, as I already mentioned, like maybe in the curves of these beautiful lines, there are already some opportunities, some people who are ready to manifest this help in your life. Okay, so I do here. And be generous to yourself, like see how many of them you have around this, around you. See how lucky you are to have so much different. They could be some small, some could be much bigger. So the size really doesn't matter. It's presence of them what is really gives the value, availability, and how you not just know that they're available, but how you really can accept their help, accept the opportunities to help you. Okay. And we keep. Oh, I have so many. I'm a lucky one. I'm a lucky one. I have so many help. It's funny, when I was a child, I felt like I am the unluckiest child in the world. I don't know why I was. Like, this was just the feeling that all this stuff is happening to me. Even right now, I'm like, when I look, there was no good reason for even thinking about like this. But as an adult, I feel like I am lucky. Maybe the luckiest. And I don't really know why is it, what was the shift? When was the shift? Oh no, I will take back. The shift, I believe that the shift has happened when I recognize that everything that happens to in my life has a meaning and purpose. That nobody is really trying to hurt me, but teach me something. And at this point, I become very lucky. Everybody was trying to teach me. People are so generous in teaching. Yeah, this is probably was the biggest shift in my perception to life.
Changing your perspective, huh?
Yeah, you change your perspective, and it's interesting how everything, everything has shifted. Not like I cannot say that everything is perfect as, but it's a different. Like there is so much lessons that make sense now that you don't really have to repeat them. Like, okay, I got it from first try. We don't have to go like hard way. I'm taking care of this and that, like, and it's perfectly fine. And it's I'm amazed how much my life has changed in the last 7. I still keep saying everybody's that it's 6, but I think it's 7 years already. What I had big realizations and all this interesting stuff, and how everything started looking normal. Yeah, I'm drawing. What do you do for life? I keep drawing my emotions and talk about them. Perfectly normal for me. The only thing I'm during the social distance that I'm missing this group sessions where were able to draw one drawing, like one as a group, you working on one drawing at the same time. When you collect all these energies together to create this really teamwork. I believe it could be very good for team building and for family reunions and for all this, and just for building community strong. It's very interesting how you can see different impact of different people really contribute to the community differently, and to recognize those gifts and talents is very important. So this is what I'm missing right now, because we have so much working together, but not on the same drawing. Okay. I'm enjoying so much, like hunting this. Hunting maybe not the right word for people and situations, opportunities, but it's really feels like I want to find even more. Like everything, every curve could be an opportunity. Every line can be an opportunity. Everything is an opportunity, and I just define them if I want to define, and I let them go if I don't want to. And yes, maybe they need some work in roundings. There will be some something to round, something to resolve small conflicts and details, but it's an opportunity. Yeah. Let's. And I'm so happy to remind myself that you need to ask for help. And not just greater forces, you need to ask for help from people. This is an opportunity. Be connected to people. Allow people to help you. Have you seen my time lapse about this? Like I do so many time lapse for drawing for marathon, like very short videos, like 1 minute usually, about every day I do a drawing related to the same topic. And I'm so addicted to them. Like even I know that it's made by me. Every time it starts, I cannot stop until I see the like the final solution. It's so funny.
Yeah, I saw each day I'm it's on my news, you know, on the Facebook. So, but I have a question. Like when you had a day with gold, you draw everything in gold. Should other people draw everything in gold, or it's
no? Everybody is drawing their own way. It's just my one day I feel like gold, one day I feel like dark, one feel like it's my way to express what I want. It doesn't mean that everybody wants to be the same. I know that it's sometimes it's could be very big inspiration for others, and I've seen so many golden drawings at that day, but it's not necessary. No, you don't have to.
but the people can use it.
Yes, they can use it. Yes, they can use the gold like at any time. They
I mean,
just
can they use your ideas?
oh yes, I have one of my students who participate in marathon. Her drawings are a much better version of my drawings. Almost all of them. They're very similar. There is a very similar topic, just better quality, and it's okay. And at some point, completely changed, and her drawings become very beautiful and unique on her own way, without any inspiration from me. It's just helps, like you start repeating something after somebody, and at some point you grow the skill and you start expressing what is really inside of you. It's okay to repeat. We're learning, but when we learned enough, we are ready to express something hidden, your own potential. Like all the school is about repetition, and as one of the goals of this marathon, when you're repeating pretty much the same, like besides that we're working with a big topic and we try to we create this transformation inside of you and look at this topic like many times in different angles. It's opportunity to improve your skills as well as the drawing skills, because when you have 30 minutes every day of drawing, it really improves your fine motor skills, it improves your creativity, it improves your feeling comfortable with different media, with different materials, and it helps you to believe in you that you can create something very beautiful and very interesting in such a short time. It's really inspiring. So I learned it from my own experience, and that's why I'm like I will offer this marathon to other people. It's and again, the marathon is going on, but it's you may decide to do it at any time. Begin your 21, 28 days. Some people do crazy stuff and start drawing like 100 days. It's a little bit too much for me. I am not a marathon runner. So 21 is the longest I can go. And I know that 21 was, I already experienced it, so I know that this is working. Okay, one more circle and I start coloring. I'm like so into circles today. So many people, so many situations. And what I learned, that language is really not an obstacle anymore with Google Translator. You can, we have in the Russian Facebook group, we have so many people from Bulgaria, and I can understand sometimes what they're writing, but Google Translator make it so easy. So if you have like Spanish, any other languages, please join, just use a translator so we can communicate easily. And it's, let's keep connected. I love Google Translator. It's getting better and better every year. They really can improve everything.
Anna, here's what I have so far.
Oh, okay. So you have your own big eye as well. Okay. Nice. Nice. I like how like it's really focused on the in the middle of the eye. There is a very well defined middle. Mine is more vague. Nice. So it's time to color. Yeah. Let's do coloring. Let's do coloring. So which colors do you want? Which colors you want to express this, what emotions related to health, to I'm thinking, I'm like just trying to see which colors want to be here. Yellow, green. Which color? Let's see. Yellow. I want yellow, green, and blue. Will be maybe not as bright, but it will be something organic. And you decide how you want to color. You want to color flow, or you want to color separate elements and just separate circles. So both of those elements can be presented like circles and flows and like unusual shapes. Okay. Okay. It will be green like my eyes. I started coloring and I see so many circles, opportunities for circles. So I will do some roundings. I have so many lines lately on my drawings. Or I wanted to share with you some of this, about grief, the subject that we were worked last week. I wanted to show you, this was my drawing from Wednesday. This one was from Friday. This was worked with my grandpa. And this I was working with my grandma. You see how much energy she gave me? This was like really unexpected.
This one is amazing.
This is
I like it so much.
It's about like really working with the grief. How you can imagine like the grief may look like this.
That is gorgeous.
It's really, I was like blown away. So let's see how my eye is going to look today.
Oh,
and yours as well.
I didn't do it with you last week, but here is what I did. I did it with a friend at her house, and we did it off of your YouTube.
Oh, nice. So see all this beautiful green and pink. Expand colors. Expand because and it's interesting how it's so gentle on the right side. All these gentle colors. And I see you have a support and you have a. So is it about grief or is it about Ho'oponopono?
Honestly, I don't really feel grief for the person. I found out a couple weeks ago my ex-husband died.
Oh, okay.
And so I didn't necessarily feel grief, but when we were doing the first one, and I heard what you were saying and healing things, you know, energy between you, and I wanted to heal that. So that's why I did this.
Okay, good. So, and I love that you brought so much resources on one side. Does another side has as much resources?
Mhm.
Look, because I see the big circle going beyond the page on one side, but on another side I don't see. Oh, I see. It's just an opposite circle. Yeah. Okay, I see it now. Okay, good. So I would just expand some a little bit color, because this pink and green really gives us so much energy and life. So I would just be generous with these colors.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thank you. And my friends, oh, I told her, I really encouraged her to post it on your page, because her picture was amazing. It came out with like, it literally looked like, I don't know, 6 angels.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like very defined. And even as her husband and I kept looking at it, we'd see more and more. It was really amazing. It was beautiful.
So yeah, ask like, so say like Anna is expecting to see the picture now.
I will.
No pressure at all. So
No
we all
pressure.
expect, no pressure at all.
Did she post it on the Art Neurographica or on your page?
Anyway, it's convenient for her. So to
Okay.
post on Neurographica Neuroart group, she needs to join the group, and
Okay.
she's welcome to share it. It will be very inspirational for the whole community. But if she wants just post it on my page, it will be appreciated as well. So yeah.
Anna, I missed last sessions. So is it grief should be for the person that you necessarily knew?
No, not necessary. It could be about any person that you still feel attached emotionally. And sometimes we have emotional attachment to people that we've never met in our lives, like our relative that passed away before or right after you were born. So like grandparents.
Yeah, this is what I asked, because my dad passed away when I was 8 months old, so I have never seen him and none of his relatives.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't. It's not that I felt the grief because I have never seen him, but it's still I had some reflection in my life.
It's a very important relationship with your father, and it doesn't really matter if you remember or not. There still be very strong connection. So you can do you can actually, like, it's a very big topic, a relationship with your father that you never physically really met, don't remember this physical contact with. I would advise you to start maybe with grief, maybe do Ho'oponopono about the same with him, and do it some catharsis, and maybe catharsis with shapes as well. So so it could be
catharsis before Ho'oponopono, or
I would do catharsis first, because catharsis will help you to bring something that is hidden deep inside of you and just express it on paper, like pull these blockages, because sometimes we are so the pain is like we are in frozen state, and we need to start melting. or crack the ice. And catharsis is the best opportunity to do it. And you can start with catharsis and see what you want to be guided, like see where you're going to be guided. Like letting go could be like has another options for this. And the grief one and Ho'oponopono could be very helpful for this case.
Okay, thank you so much.
And another thing that you can do, like you can, even with this class, as a guardian angel, you can do it not with the as an angel, but as an energy, father's energy hugging you and protecting you as well. Like you can be, you can draw this connection to him, that his energy still be presented in your life in a harmonious, safe way. So because when we start ignoring something or suppressing something or minimizing impact of big events, and death of father is a big event. It's no question that it's affected you as a child, and as an adult. It starts manifesting in different forms that we don't recognize as love forms. Like it could be challenging sometimes, but if you allow it connected, like emotionally, heart to be connected, everything can be aligned with this. Your situations with relationships, with career, with your husband, with your son, especially when you have your own children, like boys, and connection with your father is very important.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
If you need any like help or let me know. I will be let me know if you need any help.
Thank you. Yeah, I will.
I will be happy to give you my opinion about it. Well, yeah. I wanted to ask you a question. What do you think is the difference between teacher and guru? How you can be a teacher and avoid the state of guru? Because I have a little bit reserve back, like when we're talking about gurus, and I have my own opinions, of course, about it. Like, what is your opinion? Can you share with me? I'm just if you have any.
You know, I wonder if almost anything and anyone and any incident can serve as teacher, whereas some people, I believe, think that the guru is sort of the one, or the one that you give sort of a heart and soul main focus to. It has an elevated statue, and the guru maybe is not focused on the particulars so much, but a whole life force and life view, perhaps. But it's a good question to think about. Whereas a teacher could be manifold and you can meet 100 different ones a day. Whereas a guru would be a root core, perhaps.
So there are two different purposes they serving, yes? So guru is more like inspiration, or is it like really impacting your energetic level? So what It's a very interesting point. I did not really think about this, that it could be just different purposes they're serving. I knew that they serve differently, but I did not see that okay, good.
Many people who are friends I have who talk about their gurus, it's usually a singular, or maybe there's 2 or 3, whereas our teachers are thousands.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yes, it must be more a guru informs a wider underlying life view, a spiritual energy, a great wisdom that's encompassing, or maybe not so particular as a teacher would do.
And be as an example, yes, as just a presence of there is already inspiring, not even.
Yes, I would think that would be one of the qualities that people say they find their guru, they find a great peace and opening around their guru, which is very different than maybe perhaps you need to study algebra as a kid and you have an algebra teacher, you're grateful, but it has a whole different impact on your life. I don't know. I would be interesting to people who self-identify as gurus, how they would see the difference.
Ask their opinion. What is the difference between you and a great teacher? So, and if the guru is a teacher as well, so it's maybe it's a different level of a teaching.
That's what I was going to say, is that a guru is an elevated teacher.
Okay.
And embodiment, perhaps.
It's a teacher who follows its own teachings. Maybe because we teach all the time, and it's not always follow our advices and suggestions. Interesting. For some reason, this is just show up, and it's a very vague for me and not concrete, the definition between guru and teacher. And these days there's, I don't know, maybe it was even more in past times, but it's everybody has a guru, like everybody's following somebody, and I'm so horrible at following. I'm like, and I'm like, what people are looking for in gurus?
I have a tendency to sprinkle my attention around. I don't follow any particular person or guru necessarily. I have a few that I consistently check in and maybe listen to, but I don't follow anyone. And I like to hear different guidance.
Perhaps there's a state that one gets to where everything in life is the guru.
Yes, and I'm really looking for that state. I'm so far away from that. But it's I was asking for teachers, and like really prayed for like give me a good teacher, and many people came in my life, and I'm very grateful for their impact and like for their knowledge and wisdom, and like there's no question about my gratitude, but I always questioning them, like I'm like there is no the part that obedience that guru is seems like one of the very important steps, obedience, and just follow the what is told you. I'm not one of those, like I'm always questioning, I'm the one who is arguing about, so I'm I'm like, how people, beautiful people can find us teachers. I'm like, I'm blessed with so many people in my life with good knowledge, like really creators of knowledge. And I still asking them, like, what's wrong with my ego? I'll see. Yeah. I'm always questioning.
Maybe your own guru.
Like I'm trying to find, but there's still be so many questions. Like when you say like you build your own guru, oh my gosh, like it's getting even more overwhelming, because I will ask myself all constantly questions, how this and that and why, and how to.
And as a guru, you can ask yourself, who is asking this question?
Oh, it's a good, tricky question. Thank you for keeping me on my toes. I will ask who is asking those questions. This is my restless mind. Restless mind. My mind. You see, I don't ask for help, but I'm asking for questions. I need to change the focus. Oh, this is my, sorry for the sound. So much green on my drawing today.
Anna?
Yes.
You had mentioned at one point some website that talks about color or focuses on color and significance of color, chroma.
So this, it's not website that we are talking about. It's about Chinese philosophy, about 5 elements. I know in Russian it's pronounced usin, but in English it's spelled WUXING. I think this is, let me double.
The 5, okay, got it.
Yes, yeah. And it's a ancient traditions, and they really gives a lot of meaning to different elements, and different element is presented by different colors. So this is what we teach in Neurographica school, the meaning of different colors and how you may integrate, but still be you see what your desire, what kind of color wants to be, and how you can be attuned to yourself. And they like mostly basic colors. It's several colors, but there is I'm like I see different methods in how they implement. For some people, more attuned to chakras and more to chakra colors, and it's usually like very clearly represented in drawings as well. Sometimes I use aura soma, and they have their own opinion about colors, and I found that I'm quite attuned to those colors as well. So there is a lot of information about colors. And based when I look at different drawings, I don't know, sometimes one system is more profound in my feedback, or sometimes another. So there is no just direct connections. Which one is, there is no concrete answers. And for different people, especially people if they're traumatized, and if the color is can remind them the trauma, the meaning could be completely different. Like if it reminds them, this color reminds them something, it could be has nothing to do with your perception of colors or any ancient traditions. It will be their associations with this color.
Thank you.
In Neurographica school, we use this ancient because it's more defined and it has so many levels. It's not just about elements, but each element represents the way you're thinking, the way your body reacts, your emotions related to it. There is very complex and connected, like there is, everything has a meaning, everything has a connection, and this is a very interesting how it's implemented in this tradition, in Chinese tradition. And as I know, they still teach it in universities and acupuncture, and like even just traditional doctors still learning how to use this methods based, not necessarily about colors, but about elements, what is missing in your body, how to, the whole story about colors is about this element, how you can be in balance with yourself, with and integrate all elements in your body, in your in everything you do in your life. Okay, I want some. It's interesting, like originally I wanted to color it as a eye, but now it's more like a tree. Very wide, very strong. Different. So how much it's changed, like from my expected one. And coloring really changed everything. It completely changed the perception of the drawing. See how many colors you want to use on your drawing. Do you want to use many colors, or is it 2, 3 is enough? There is no strict rules how much it has to be. It's your perception of help. It's really the guardian angels is not just guardians. They really support. And again, for me, for some reason, presence of them is the most important. That I'm not alone. There is somebody is always look after me, and it's beautiful. Trying to fix my sharpener because something stuck there. Okay. It's a very beautiful combination, this blue and green. I usually don't use this often. So Kenny, do you have any plans for magical walk next time?
I don't make plans. I
Um,
just do it intentionally and intuitively. So each time I go out for a walk, I just say, okay, my dominant intention for this walk is, or you know,
Nice.
yeah. It never ceases to amaze.
Yes. Here's the idea. Please, people, use it. Have an intention for a walk.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful. Okay. All this. And all these blue colors, all these blue bubbles are representing some people or events in my life. Wow, there's so many of them. Opportunities, opportunities for help, manifestations for help. So many and so beautiful. I'm like so excited. Oh my. kind of interesting, like all these heads that are representing angels are just blended in. So some of those people will be angels, or maybe all of them will be angels who are coming my way. How we can recognize this, how I can recognize this divinity in them. It would be a very beautiful opportunity.
Anna,
Yes.
if I'm done with coloring, do we do any
So if you
outline
want, if you,
lines?
yes, of course, we do field lines as a gratitude for all the help that is presented in your life and will be presented in your life. So any directions from any so see where they want to go and how many you want them, and to make them bold, make them visible, make them really noticeable in so you remember them, how
Okay.
strong this attunement to the universe and your gratitude, how strong is your gratitude is.
And they shouldn't be cross each other, is it right?
They can cross each other. They usually don't cross each other like 90 degrees.
Ah, okay.
But see, maybe it's they want to be. Sometimes it's an opportunity to witness something different.
Thank you.
The reason, like, they wanted to go this way, it's a good reason. It's a good explanation for me. One of my students, Russian students, and she sent me a picture, and in her pictures, like the field lines really crossing each other 90 degrees. And I said, like, oh, usually we don't cross them this way. It creates a conflict. And she said, like, no, it gives me the coordinates, and it's really helps me to navigate when I see this X, almost like X and Y lines in math, that you can find your position at any point. And it's and it's like, it was a good enough explanation for me, and it's a good reason to see this opportunity as really helping to define where on this, in this coordinates you are right now, where is your center belongs. We're working with symbols, and if it's a symbol means for you a lot, it really doesn't matter what anybody tried to tell you. Like, if it means a lot to you, you use it. If it gives you support, if it gives you good physical sensations, this is what is important. If it helps you to release something that is hidden in your soul, this is what matters. And processes, inner processes, are always the most important. There's so many lines today. This is really, will take the whole class to finish. Usually We've done it much shorter classes lately. It's a great opportunity to attune to yourself, to really suck it in, all this help, all this energy, all this protection, support, and guidance that is available for you, for me, for us, for our president, for everybody. It's available. And I am just another beautiful blue circle on somebody else's drawing, on somebody else's life. I am support and help and opportunity as well.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. I'm not sure if I want anything else. I want lines. Field lines. And I even did not color all the circles that I have, which is enough for me. It's really beautiful. Nobody can prove me that I'm not lucky now. Look how much I have, how much I am. And if I take a bigger piece of paper, there will be even more. There will be even bigger resources and bigger supports. One more big one. I think it's enough colors. Only 2 colors. That's all. 3 if we count black ones. Yellow, did not use yellow. And lines of gratitude, field lines. And I still see it as a beautiful tree. So my beautiful tree will have a very strong gratitude roots for all teachers in my life, all support from my guardian angels, from my beautiful family, gratitude, and gratitude for all the people that are coming my way and ask for help, and I ask for help from them. Okay, so these are more black on my list, and I start rounding this new corners that was created by these field lines. Make sure that everything is integrated, and it's my that I am. It's interesting that right now, when I do the gratitude, it's not just like I express it, but I feel myself with this beautiful feeling of gratitude. Like I'm nourish myself. There is a lot of nurturing and nourishment of this beautiful vibration that I express to other people, but it's I have a benefit from this. I feel healing from this energies, from this vibration, from this meanings, different this purposes. Yeah. And the gratitude, what makes this tree stronger. I did not expect that it will be tree, so I expected it would be an eye, but maybe it's different for me today. I will have 2 more classes. There will be opportunity for an eye as well. Okay. See how your body reacts. My body reacts with the exhale. Okay. It's always like when I start drawing these field lines, it's like a little bit not stressed, but I have like, oh my gosh, there will be such strong lines. And after rounding all these corners, it's beautiful how they really integrated in the drawing and really give the strength and bring everything close to me, like really kind of magnify everything. My experience. Okay. Keep rounding and see if there is anything you want to highlight, that there is something that is really want to be well defined. Maybe it's a circle, maybe it's a different shape that you want to remember. What is the most important realization, the most important symbol of your drawing on this drawing? See if it's it could be something small or big. Maybe you want to highlight yourself. Maybe you want to make yourself bigger. So we're talking about opportunity to grow. That help is really opportunity to grow.
Anna,
Yes.
unfortunately, I have to leave, and
Okay.
I want
You
to
want
thank
to-
you for the great class. I really enjoyed.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, this is my drawing.
Okay. Wow, you have a very beautiful eye.
Yeah, I just started from the middle, and then somehow it turned to this one. But I'm not sure for the field line.
So field lights a little bit looks foreign here because they different colors. So to integrate them, I would highly recommend to use the same color, the same marker that you use for field lines, and use them like much more lines, like integrate those energies, like wave those lines, this color in surroundings, like because
so would be better just on top of this silver one, put again black ones, so it won't be so foreign and won't be seen.
Yes, yeah. So like there is a like you create some wave, like a web of skinny silver lines that helps you to integrate this gratitude in the everything that is presented on your drawing, because right now it looks a little bit artificial.
Yeah, so so I still can use this silver one?
Yes, you can use the silver one. Yeah, silvers and gold ones are quite a challenging markers. They're very beautiful and I love them, but they are challenging to integrate with the rest of the drawing because they don't really blend well with anything else. So you need to create many lines to make sure that they are integrated, like that they're not just like strong, bold silver or golden lines.
I don't know why I like those.
Yeah, like we all do. I'm like, I have the whole set of different colors, metallic, and it's at the beginning I was very eager to use them. Like I use them much less now because they look so different, and they look so inspiring and so divine that I use them so much. But there is a challenge how you can integrate this divinity inside of you. It's another subject. Looks like a very different planets around I know around I. There is like the
It
whole
looks like a universe.
universe, yeah, the whole universe. And it's definitely, it's interesting how even the eye, the blue center, looks like a universe in the universe. So you are looking at universe, and there is a universe inside of you. Oh, it's a beautiful metaphor. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you for
Many
class.
lines, probably the most lines you've ever drawn on your drawings.
Yeah, and I'm still using small papers. I don't know. I'm not ready to move to A4 project like I always.
Don't force
somehow.
anything. See when you will be comfortable with bigger size. It's okay. So there is a size really doesn't matter, and this is a very clear message that I'm like everybody tell it. You can do it on sticky note, and there will be universe presented on sticky note. There is a hologram, and everything is a small part is always presents the whole universe.
All right. Thank you so much, and have a great day.
Have a great day. Bye, Natalia.
Bye.
Bye, Natalia.
Bye.
We are almost there. We almost finished with our angels and with our help. Yeah. I did this class, introduction class, and it's again, over and over, you meet new people, and it's interesting how in Neurographica we saw such abstract art, really abstract. There is nothing, we don't draw bunnies or flowers, it's only circles and some symbols maybe. And how this abstract art is really presents so detailed personalities, and it's amazed me how we presenting ourselves in shapes and symbols and colors, and the way we feel comfortable on the piece of paper or not. So it's okay. So on Friday, there will be the same class about guardian angels. And if you want to attend, please do so. Next week, next Wednesday, there will be, I'm planning to do the class about 5 languages of love. I want to integrate this beautiful information about how we really expressing love differently, and how we can really identify what kind of love I'm expecting and expressing at the same time. We'll see how it's gonna work. I will practice on my own before I invite you to do it, to make sure it goes smooth. It will be, of course, not as I expect, but it will be at least comfortable for everyone.
That's a fun thought.
Yeah.
Right before I married my husband, we went driving from Montana back to California, and I picked up that book somewhere just for fun, and we read it from cover to cover to the end, and by the time we got to California, I got that?
Okay, so you know, you are going to know much better than I do, so good. There will be someone expert about this book. Do you practice?
Actually, it's pretty revealing. Yes, in a marriage.
It's very helpful, and not even just in a marriage, but it's in any relationship. Relationship with your parents, like really helping to see how they were trying to express their love and why you did not receive what you wanted. It will be an interesting experience.
Yes, it is illuminating in some ways, and you realize, oh, someone's trying. This is what
Someone's trying, I guess. Yeah.
Yes.
Someone's trying, and you are trying as well, but maybe not as. And why other people don't recognize when you're trying so hard? So sometimes it's.
Anna,
Yes.
this is what I have so far.
Okay. Wow, you have a very interesting flows, like fire and water. It's like really interesting, and how gentle they are. All this, like usually you have like very bright colors, but this is a very gentle flow, very focused. Nice. Are you going to do any other colors, or is it you stay with all these three? Oh, yeah, three colors.
I haven't decided. You know me, I usually, there's a little bit I haven't finished by the end. I sit with it, I let it sit in front of me on my kitchen table, so then I can, you know, walk by it and feel inspiration. But who knows, I might finish it today.
But again, it's very interesting how gentle it is. Like how these colors are very, almost not invisible, but just a hint of them. There is no boldness in them.
Yeah.
And this is really relaxing. That help could be very gentle. That there is nothing we need to be forced to do or to receive or to give. Beautiful.
Yeah, the green really called to me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm probably going to intensify the green. I'm using borrowed pencils because I left mine at my friend's house, and these are definitely different than I'm used to. So that was a challenge, but yeah, I want to make this a little bit more dark around the edges for the green, and then I'll probably put a little bit more shadowing here.
Okay. You can use a different, just a little bit darker or the same color, and just intensify the flow within the flow.
Believe it or not, that is the darker color.
Okay, it's a very gentle, darker color.
They aren't very dark pencils at all. They're from Germany too.
Like which brand is it?
Statler?
Statler? Yeah, Statler is a little bit on hard edge. Yeah, they not very soft.
Yeah, they're
maybe there is a different qualities of them. Like, yeah, I know I use some of those, but not for coloring.
Yeah, I mean, I was barely able to get that kind of yellow out of there.
But it's interesting that you have to draw from borrowed pencils.
Right? See? And I asked for help. So that was
Yes.
support. I asked
There
for.
is a support already. Yeah.
My neighbors are totally addicted. They do this all the time.
Oh, you're addicted to your neighbors.
Yeah.
It will be very interesting, like for the neighbors get together when all this madness will be different and do the same one drawing on the same piece of paper as a community project. It will be
That would be
interesting.
interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
invite me. I will be
how does
part
that
of
work?
it.
How does that work? Does one person start and the next person goes and then?
So what we've done before, we used a big piece of paper like a poster, and we've done the catharsis, like we choose the topic together as a group. Like usually it's 4 or 5 people was drawing together, depending how many people you want to draw together. So we have the same topic, the same like different emotions related to this topic, and we do like on count 1, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 catharsis on this poster, one after another. So one person does, second does catharsis on top of it, another does catharsis on top of it, and there will be a lot of lines, and we sit and we start rounding. And in 20 minutes, I just rotate the piece of paper, so we start rounding on different corners. So we constantly mixing emotions, and we helping to resolve conflicts, not just ourselves, but other people. It's amazing work for team buildings, like really for family reunions. On my YouTube, there is I believe one of the first videos, like time lapse, when we've done some projects together as a group, like with other students. And we've done one with a catharsis, and we've done one with a outline map of the world. And it was a interesting project. And when we start coloring, you will see there's every step, there is always a different participant who has a different skills and talent. Some people are so good at resolving conflicts and so good at cleaning all these lines and corners, and like amazing job. Other people amazingly blending colors and color. Another person may be very good at seeing bigger pictures and bigger meanings in your drawings, because it's very easy to get lost in such a big project. And somebody can just be inspiration. So there is always different roles for everybody participant, and it's like I love it. The biggest group project we've done was in Russia when last year, about the same time as right now, we've done intense training with Pavel Piskarev, and about 100 people are drawing at almost on the same piece of paper. There was like 3 huge tables, and you could go anywhere and draw with anyone. And this is really, I enjoy how it could be expanded and how you can shine, like all your discover your talents as a group member, as a community member. I'm like, my dream is one of my dreams. I have quite a few that this could be a great opportunity in a waiting room, like in a hospital, and allow the family to express all this anxiety and worries. And it's basically become art prayer. And it's not just like you pray, but you express your emotions related to this, your fears, your struggles, and be supported by your family. and maybe not in, you will express it differently, but it will be expressed. And everybody is welcome on the piece of paper, on the drawing. Everybody can be seen, and your emotions could be seen by you, by yourself, and by other members as well. And it's interesting how people who expect to be the strongest ones usually have the strongest emotions related to some more challenging times. And it's an opportunity for them to express the strong emotions in a very safe and very gentle way. So this, instead of suppressing them in something painful or chronicle, it could be addressed right away. So it's so if anyone is working in hospitals, let me know. I will be happy to to do this project for you when it will be permitted, because it's I believe it's a great opportunity to be there.
That's a beautiful idea.
Yeah, I need to draw it. I need to make it even visible. But I'm glad you asked, and I'm like, hey, here I am with a big idea. So see what you want to highlight. What is really standing out on your drawing? So for me, the standing out is I see tree. I'm like the eye is really dissolved in all those lines, and I don't know what is this. I want to make a little bit brighter this beautiful blue circle. It's big and it's so close. It's already is integrated with the tree. So whatever it's presenting, I'm hugging it. It's like I am the tree and I'm hugging it. Who you are, what you are, I embrace you. Okay. Ta-da! My drawing is done. This is highlighted. So this is I love it. I love my drawings, even they are not professional, but I'm still so excited about them every time. Okay, okay, here I am. Let's begin, here I am. So thanks a lot for drawing. It's a really pleasure to bring such a not common topics, not for everyone, and feel supported and feel excited about seeing your drawings and share my drawings as well. And thank you for asking all your questions and hear my answers. Okay, Liesl, I see you want to share yours. Okay. Is it dark green you have? I don't hear you because your microphone is turned off.
Oh, yes, I'll show it to you, because it's like when I get a haircut and I want to leave. He says, no, I must blow it out. I have to see what it looks like.
So this is a dark green, yes?
Yes, it's a green.
Okay, so it's interesting. It's almost like a dark olive green, yes?
Well, it looked like a dark blue green, but it looks olive green, I think.
Olive green. So olive green is really represents healing. You just need it like very intense healing. And I love how much movement, there is movement on yours. It's also a different there's so much on your drawing, of course, but it's somehow it feels more relaxed compared to other your drawings. Like at least for me, like from my point. How do you feel about your drawing? You still a lot yellow. You still try to analyze, and intellect is prevails for sure.
This is a good example of a girl who just got a box of 150 different colored pencils. My new pencil.
Really? Congratulations.
Oh, that's awesome.
There may have not been much discipline in it, but more enthusiasm about it. So when I started out, it had a more elegance, and then it got more chaotic. But it was fun to look at all the colors of the pencils.
It's yeah, it's funny how it's like changing. We will change the attitude towards diamonds instead compared to pencils. What do you want for a birthday? I want a box of colored pencils. Congratulations. So I don't see field lines.
Yes, many.
Many. So pay attention, like I see, and the reason maybe because they become bolder and skinnier, and bolder and skinnier. There is like, you know, like there is some areas where they almost disappear. So allow them like be very bold, so you don't question where they are. Like make them like very well defined, so you can see them without trying to remember where did you go, because some areas are very bold and very strong, and some areas almost as skinny as other lines.
Yes, my Sharpie gave up the ghost. It ran out of ink. So
oh yes, like Sharpie, like yeah, they suffer.
It didn't hang in there with me.
Yes. Beautiful drawing. Thank you for sharing. Like I'm really happy to see it. Like very excited about it, and I'm so excited about your box of color pencils.
I'm so excited about
my Sharpie gave out too. Now I'm using one of these.
You use a brush?
No, it's now I'm using permanent marker, but I mean, it's such a ridiculous size. It's so hard to manipulate.
You can use just black color pencils, because color pencils, like if you sharpen them better, like a very sharp edge point, it will be easier to navigate sometimes than very huge markers. Okay, ladies. Thanks a lot. I wish you feel presence of your guardian angels, and recognize much more guardian angels in your life. Like they're not just energies, they're people, and there is always some of them next to you. Maybe you're.
Sometimes they're on Zoom.
Sometimes on Zoom, yes.
Yes.
So look forward to see you. Look forward to see your drawings, and there will be so much to share. Like every time I'm so excited, like, oh, today is going to be today about some very interesting subject. Of course, subjects are not always pleasant, but I'm glad the way we finish them. Like we always finish them with some satisfaction and discoveries. We learn something new about ourselves. Okay, well, so it's time to say thank you and have a great day.
Thank you, Anna.
Bye.
And to you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.